Hi there, I am Alejandra Toledo Figueroa and I will present you my pedagogical proposal. The 2020 pandemic has forced education to adapt to the digital times. In this context, e-learning has become the perfect replacement to the traditional face-to-face education. Considering these changes, it was natural that new didactic challenges emerged as well. Indeed, there was the necessity of creating an instrument that helps the students to learn and do homework at any time beyond digital documents and synchronic online lessons. Based on this, it is possible to deduce that an important number of students are doing their homeworks at any time of the week without teachers' scaffolding. Consequently, the digital notebook has been designed. Hence, the research question that motivates this proposal is: how can digital learning platforms improve students' performances when applying the writing process wheel model to the writing processes? The objective of this proposal is to contribute teachers' labors with a concrete instruments that enhance the students' autonomous work. Besides, the digital notebook includes features that can foster students' acquisition of a language. To learn more, please watch this video. Let's begin with a brief literature review. To know the complete theoretical framework, please read the pedagogical proposal. E-learning is a trend that must be considered as an enormous opportunity in the teaching world, especially in the EFL field. For that, digital learning platforms are defined by Fastman, Kirchner, Lemke, and Monit as a learning environment that connects teachers and learners so that they can interact with each other. Moreover, in relation to the use of a DLP, Lopez indicates that the findings of his study showed the usefulness of information and communication technologies in the EFL classroom in order to improve students' writing performance along with their confidence towards the writing process wheel to write different kinds of paragraphs. Considering the most frequent cognitive processes during the writing of a text, the writing process wheel was proposed by Harmer as a tool for teaching the writing process to EFL students. Based on this model, 4 stages are distinguished: planning, drafting, editing, and the final version. During 2020, Notion is one of the productivity apps that has caught users' attention. Notion is described as an all-in-one workspace and as a tool to empower any team, where users can write, plan, and get organized. The potential of Notion as a digital learning platform is provided by the wide variety of tools and opportunities offered to the students' users. It is a fruitful chance to develop students' metacognitive abilities as they are constantly learning and applying new ways to organize information and therefore data and knowledge. The feasibility of the digital notebook has been determined based on Fistman, Kitchener, Lemke, and Monit's top defining characteristics of a successful digital learning platform. Indeed, the digital notebook contemplates some successful characteristics such as access to multimedia content, sharing knowledge, and better control of the learning process. Besides, it includes some successful factors, namely frequent use of the technology, quality of the content, among others. In terms of results, students are expected to improve their writing performance, showing progress when contrasting the results of the diagnostic task with the final outcome of the invitation letter. This must be achieved after following the writing stages extracted from the writing process wheel, scaffolding students from the brainstorming task until the writing of an authentic letter. To continue, let me present to you the action plan of this proposal. First, the general objective of this project is the following. The students will apply the writing process wheel model to perform a writing task, an invitation letter, by using the Notion app as a digital learning platform. To achieve that, the following specific objectives were proposed. First, students will implement the writing process wheel model in their writing production. Also, students will monitor the rating process using Notion as a digital learning platform, and finally, students will develop a positive attitude towards the use of technology as a support to the improvement of their writing skills. And now it's time to know the didactic material named Digital Notebook that you can access by scanning this QR code. Alejandra, can you show us? Of course, honey. Here we are observing the digital notebook hosted on Notion. In the first section, we can observe the home section where there is a welcome message. And if you scroll down, you can find the second section named My English Class, where there is important information, reminders, notifications, documents, a tutorial, and direct accesses to the courses web links. Then we have the My Notebook section, where is actually the most important one, where you can find a vocabulary chart where students can register the vocabulary they are acquiring, a class notes database in case students want to take notes of the lessons, first checklist just to get in tune with Notion, and the most important section that is named Sessions Materials. And here there is a page for each one of the lessons of the didactic sequence. And here you can find the moments of the class, extra resources, the objectives, and more information about each of one of the lessons. Okay. And the final section is extra resources, when there are different bookmarks for the students to access different relevant information in the internet. Okay. Enjoy the digital notebook. Regarding the means to collect diagnostic data from the student, two main instruments were considered. One is a survey based on Asia and one's questionnaire to collect data regarding students' attitudes toward e-learning environment. The second instrument is a writing challenge where students should write a mock invitation letter to obtain information about the students' writing skill and prior knowledge on the genre. This didactic sequence is composed of 6 sessions of 90 minutes each. The final outcome of this sequence is an invitation letter that will be worked on based on the writing process wheel model. In the first session, students will activate prior knowledge and learn how to interact with Notion. In the second session, students will know the writing process wheel model and learn about the final project of the semester. In the third session, students will learn how to create a writing plan and start preparing the writing production. In the fourth, fifth, and sixth session, the students will convert their outlines into a coherent piece of text. In those sessions, students will learn writing strategies, obtain feedbacks from the teachers and their peers, and prepare their text for the final submission. As an evaluation plan for this didactic sequence, 2 different categories have been raised. An evaluation for the students' performances through a self-evaluation rubric, and an evaluation of the digital notebook utility by using a Google form to obtain feedback from the platform. It has not been easy to adapt the teaching style from a classroom context to a digital environment due to the pandemic consequences. However, the creation of the digital notebook is an incredibly useful tool to narrow the distance between both learning contexts and to help learners and teachers to face this current challenge. The good news is that every material created on Notion is totally downloadable as a PDF document, and therefore it can be printed both in color and grayscale. This feature implies that teachers will not be forced to create double material for online and offline students, concluding in more free time and less workload for the teachers that have been seriously affected in their health during the pandemic. E-learning is a trend that will only increase in the future as new technologies develop and social challenges emerge. Therefore, friendly platforms as this material are thought to be every time more demanded by future learners and teachers. Language acquisition is only one of multiple uses the digital notebook can promote, but several other uses are still waiting to be proposed. A new era of knowledge can be closer than we think. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching this video.